Okay, you see this knife, it's clear as day, it's right here, okay?
I hate that this is about to happen. Damn it.
Where
This is
did it go?
Even Rex can't dance.
the worst day of my life.
See this paper towel?
No. We invited the alchemist to come in. He's like, hey man, can you bring together, can these two worlds collide?
Whiskey and butter go together great. Something called fat washing whiskey is the process of dissolving fats into ethanol alcohol to get some of the flavors that fat brings with it, but also to mellow down certain tannins.
So what kind of fats are this typically done with?
You can use any fat. Some fats work better than others. Butter is one of the best. You can then save the butter that you fat wash your whiskey with.
Yeah, same way that the butter is translating into the whiskey spirit. Are you saying the whiskey spirit is also translating into the butter? Do you want to?
Absolutely.
Okay. I see a stick of butter and I see some ghee. What is ghee real quick?
What the hell
So
is ghee?
one of the problems with fat washing with butter is it has 16 to 18% water content.
Okay.
If you don't want to add extra water to your whiskey or to rum or any other spirit,
Yeah, that's meaningful. It would dilute it, sure.
you could use ghee. And ghee is basically butter that has no water or the milk solids left in it. So I would recommend that we use butter. Most of the time, everyone melts down the fat, but I then like to actually keep it at room temperature and put it into a plastic bag.
So we smashing up butter and booze in a bag?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you want to use a little bit more of a ratio than you would with something like sesame oil or duck fat or bacon fat, which is also great.
Yeah.
I love to make a maple bacon bourbon butter.
Say that 5 times real
Maple
fast.
bacon butter burger.
Maple-
What? I can't even say it once.
Maple bacon.
You can't either. Maple bacon bourbon butter.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
It's just going on
We
now.
haven't started drinking yet.
Maple
No one
bacon
would-
burger burger.
Do you want to smash this up?
Of course I do.
Man, she got
You want to
first
get that
smash.
part? Oh! This episode is sponsored by Helix.
Helix makes premium mattresses customized to your needs, conveniently shipped to your door.
Now, how could you possibly conveniently ship a mattress to my door, Banana?
I tell you how, okay? They roll it up in like this really compact, nice and tight burrito. It's a mattress burrito. You cut it open and it's like, it's awesome.
So it starts with you taking a sleep quiz. You're going to give your preferences, whether you are a back sleeper, a side sleeper, your height, your weight, all of that stuff. And it's going to recommend mattresses for you. And from there, you know all of these things are gonna be good because they come with a 10-year warranty.
10 years. They give you a 100-night sleep trial.
100 freaking nights. You want this to be good. You spend so much of your life on a mattress. If you're not getting good rest, good sleep, it affects everything in your day-to-day. Also, they have convenient financing options to make sure that not only is it going to be a good fit for your sleeping, but also your budget. So I have several Helix mattresses. I'm sleeping on a Helix every single night. I absolutely love it. It's the best mattress that I have ever slept on. If you want to check out the Helix, you want to do the sleep quiz, you want to check out the options, where are they going to go?
They're gonna go to helixsleep.com/whiskeytribe and just whiskey. You're gonna go to helixsleep.com/whiskey.
Do me a favor, say the words slash.
Slash. Did I not say slash?
You say you always say slash.
You're gonna go to helixsleep.com/whiskey. helixsleep.com/whiskeytribe
Nope.
and use code whiskey at checkout.
No, you don't use whiskey at checkout.
You're gonna go to helixsleep. Oh! You're gonna go to helixsleep.com/whiskey
To get 25% off plus a free sleep bundle.
at checkout.
Now the point that you're trying to do here is you want as much surface area as possible. You want the whiskey to interact with as much of the butter as you can.
So nice and thin.
Absolutely, the whole bag.
You got it.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Take your time.
They're just not really.
I got the last one in.
What's
Last
this?
one?
I have a question about that.
Last
right
one.
there.
Yep, this right here.
Go ahead and move on to the next.
So, when you are ready to add your When you're ready to add your bourbon, so we added about 4 tablespoons of butter into the bag.
Yeah.
We have about 2 cups of bourbon. I'm just gonna put this whole bottle in, the rest of the bottle.
Yep, so we had about half a
Yes.
bottle to begin with.
And just kind of work the butter and the bourbon together. I highly recommend the Ziplocs with the 2
otherwise you're gonna
closures.
have a big
Just
hot
makes
mess.
it a lot easier. But as you kind of work this together, you're gonna be able to get an infusion, and especially if you lay it flat. Let it sit for about an hour or 2 and just out on the counter. Scrape down the butter.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
not doing
This
this.
is oddly satisfying.
After this has sat out and you've pushed as much of the butter down into the actual solution, you want to put this into the freezer for, 30 minutes, an hour. It can, as long as you want, but just long enough for the butter to solidify, which will not take a very long time. And it should make these very, very small, almost like pearls that have very light connections to one another. And as you cut the bag, they will stay in the bag and the alcohol will
Okay,
run
so you
into
drain
a
out
filter.
the liquid, and then what you're left with are these kind of little butter nuggets.
So if you melt the butter first, put it into a bag, put the bag in a cup, and then put it in the freezer, you get a nice, just kind of puck that then you can cut into rounds and add to steaks, finish a risotto, finish a macaroni and cheese. So I did an Eleanor.
This is the stuff that you drained from the bag and you left the butter nuggets behind.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely, so it's cloudier immediately, which is not surprising, but
It smells like a biscuit with like marmalade jam on it.
that butter character does come through, but it softens and it thickens the bourbon character.
If you took a piece of a pear,
Yeah.
and you put a piece of little Baby Bell cheese in there, and then a little piece of charcuterie meat, and you just had it all in a bundle, and that's
Okay.
what it smells like.
Sounds like an awesome appetizer.
Doesn't it?
All right, I'm going in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh!
way more appley.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So appley. I still
Wow.
get the cheese though.
Like a hot apple pie, but it's the McDonald's apple pie, like the
buttery
sleeve
crust.
the buttery
Yeah.
crust on a hot apple pie from McDonald's. The ethanol bite, like that's not getting washed out. This is 119 proof.
Yeah.
There's a reason that
Yeah.
Eleanor's fantastic for this. On the glass, as you've been drinking, you have the legs of alcohol, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't have any residual butter or fat.
Yeah, no, it's not clinging to the glass. I'm not getting like any particulate. It's just cloudy. You said you tried this with other whiskeys.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we have a monkey shoulder. One of the things you can obviously tell is it's much lighter. And this was done using the same technique. It was using room temperature butter
Stupid.
instead of melted butter. We're trying to limit how much of the water in butter is being released into solution of the whiskey.
This smells like a butter icing.
Nice. A little bit of a peanut brittle character.
Oh.
It did sit on the fruitiness that was on the nose and on the taste. What's interesting about this
Yeah.
is the butter, was like a blanket that kind of held down the fruitiness.
Yeah.
In the bourbon, it woke up that apple.
Right.
One of the other things that is an unintended benefit of using a fat wash process, including butter, instead of drinking it neat where the alcohol pretty much goes directly into your system, it's now bonded, even if temporarily, with a fat molecule. So you actually have to digest it.
Okay.
So you
Interesting.
can actually help monitor your own experience as well.
What was surprising? What do you want to try next?
We can do an Old Forester and ghee. So where I guess we've called these bourbon butters, this one is a whiskey.
Whiskey?
No, we don't want to.
Damn it.
No,
Why?
no, we don't want to use that.
Why would you do this?
Whiskey. Oh, this one's a lot different.
Yeah. What are you getting on the nose of this?
A spicy eucalyptus.
Okay.
I mean, that butter's in there,
The
though, man.
yeah, the ghee. I don't know if I'm feeling the ghee as much as I am the butter.
With butter, there's a
mouth
lot
it.
of different molecules that make up the singular experience that you have with
Oh.
butter.
It's a little grassy.
More obvious on the taste than the butter. The butter seemed like, hey, let's go play and be savory and buttery and like it's sweet. And this is like, F you, I'm ghee. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's ghee up. One of these things that I've seen people do is they'll get a whiskey, they'll try. I was like, oh, I hate this, and they'll be like, pour it down the sink. Man,
There's so many things
there's
you
so
can
many
do.
things you can throw at that whiskey that
Yeah.
can make it really interesting. Because some things are not improving it. This one I don't like as much as what was originally in here, but the first two,
Dude, the monkey shoulder? I like it better than a regular monkey shoulder.
You like it better? I mean, it's up there.
So I have one other experiment that I think is a bit of a failure, but it's mixing multiple whiskeys. This one is actually a third Lafroig, a third of Singleton, a third Smoke Wagon.
Can we just appreciate how cute this thing is? God, it's cute.
Okay, going in.
Oh.
Wow.
Dude, I kind of with that.
This is super buttery character and weirdly somehow balanced with like an obviously present smoky character.
Yeah.
This is a funky adventure that is so...
I'm about it.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
This one is Singleton and ghee.
Let's give you one more chance. Here you go, okay.
It's weird.
Can you smell the difference between that and the other ones that we were doing earlier?
The buttered ones? Yes.
Oh,
So
I can smell the difference between the ghee and the butter.
That's the difference between melting the butter and using it at room temperature is all of those softer, more delicate flavors have left into the atmosphere.
Okay, so don't melt. I mean, here's the thing though, it's more convenient, you throw it in the microwave, you melt it, you do the thing, you don't have to wait. But if you want that better results, that more nuanced, complex results, don't be melting it. You gotta do this little baggy thing.
That's a way to get a very delicate butter fat washing where you get some of the harder to access flavors, something a little more craft oriented. It's just a little bit better technique.
Brianna and I were talking, we've concluded
Yes.
that if you're throwing like steaks out there,
You can't say these magical words and not deliver
and not
the
put
goods.
them in our mouths.
So what we have is a filet mignon finished with the Eleanor butter bourbon, a risotto with chanterelle mushrooms.
give me a fork.
Nah.
Take this right here. I will destroy you.
Dude, this is so good.
Oh my God.
Oh my God is right. This is so good. Let me go in for the steak.
Here's the problem. Attempting to get this from you is just immediately bullying.
Oh my gosh, this is cooked to perfection.
Are we getting the butter bourbon character coming through? We're on top of the steak. We have the butter that was melted on top. Oh! I'm liking the butter that carries the bourbon more than the bourbon that carries the butter.
I can't even hear you.
Can't hear me. I like the butter more. I think it's more interesting and complex and just beautifully
Just the
different.
bursts of flavor
Yeah, the
coming
burst of
through.
flavor. I like the butter carrying the whiskey more so than I like the whiskey carrying the butter. Dude, get off of me.
That's right. This was just an hour
We're
ago.
not recording this days later.
I didn't have to go home and put the same shirt on.
So, Alchemist showed us exactly how to do this. We're going to do our own whiskey butters. What whiskey are you choosing to do your butterage?
Sloppy Poncho.
Okay, and I'm gonna be doing some Busker butter. You remember the proportions?
No.
Underneath this table is just nothing but weapons.
It's not very sharp. You want me to hold it?
No! Okay, so you're gonna take about a fourth to maybe a third of a stick of butter. We're gonna throw it in the bag with approximately half a bottle of the alcohols there. You got the Sloppy Poncho bourbon.
See, this is arts and crafts that you can do with your children for Thanksgiving.
Bring mom with the booze, Junior. I'm doing Irish butter, Kerrygold Irish butter with my Irish whiskey. I'm going fully Irish on this to prove that my version of whiskey butter is far superior to yours.
Oh, hi, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Kyle, you showed up at just perfect time. You're gonna do the taste test and determine who made the better bourbon butter.
Agitate it.
Oh, dude, are you seeing this? All right, Kyle, you need something to put butter on. If you don't find something to put butter on, you're gonna put it on my finger and lick it off.
The world's greatest cookie. Lorna Doone. Look no Deeper. Lorna Dunes, the one for you. Lorna Dune. Trying to find a better cookie? Look, you're done. You found it.
So now we're gonna trim and drain out the liquid. But right now we just wanna get that butter. We're gonna get the bourbon infused butter and then put the butter on Lorna Dunes, the world's most average cookie.
Kyle, I'm gonna prepare you the best Lorna Dune in your life.
Kyle, come around here. And you're gonna tell us once and for all who has the superior whiskey butter.
Cookie number 1.
So I grab it or you feed it?
I'm gonna hand it to your hand.
Okay.
All right.
I taste whiskey. It's whiskey,
Yeah?
and then it's just full Lorna Dune.
Nice.
But
That's a good flavor.
good topping.
Yeah?
Really interesting topping.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
Now, next one.
Yeah?
That's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's, furrowed brow.
That's bitter. Oh, it's got the grassy poncho now.
So which is the better butter?
I don't like it. The Irish.
Come on, what are we doing?
Dang it!
So the steaks, by the way.
There weren't any.
Pretty sure that was a steak right there.
I'm not gonna mouth that.
It was a steak. That what? Well, you can just put that. You can just put the hand down here. Why would you keep reaching?
Happy holidays, everybody.
So Brianna, whenever it's the holidays, you want to get some gifts, you want to get some tasty treats, some seasonal specific things. When it comes to whiskey, I think we have an excellent 3-bottle bundle. What's in the bundle?
Boy Tata.
Which is our Amburana finished bourbon.
We've got the boobin.
The bluebin, what is
Oops. Bloobin.
it? Bourbon finished in Blackberry Brandy barrels. The final one is
Bloobin.
the last one is Eve. This is apple brandy barrels. That same mash bill of bourbon went in here. All of these are aged at least 3 years. It's a really interesting deep dive into how different a whiskey can be whenever you finish it in different barrels.
All right.
Oh yeah, there's a link in the description down below. There's not a ton of these. This is a holiday bundle. Once they're gone, they're gone. But yeah, cheers. You guys have fun.